Hi everyone, it's Jen from Mindset, and let's go ahead and get started. Today is February 2nd, and there's a lot going on already this week. Let me just get started here. But basically, we need to know on the weekly update, there's a lot going on, and it's already kind of like seeing on through. What we were talking on TikTok last night was something about like coming through like on speculation, and it was coming in on the fact of the base matter of like OBGYN and like women's health and like EPS and DDS and like watching for elopement. And when this happened, like you just couldn't even do. So while we're looking at this and we're seeing this with Savannah Guthrie's mother being missing right now, it was a little too eerie on the fact on a 24-hour matter that we were picking up on this. Let's say with this, let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. This is a World Unknown Tarot. What do we need to know? Here we go. So with this, it's the Nine of Pentacles. There's something of like no prudency. There's something that is highly intuitive with these Ace of Cups. When you see this, there is weakness. They are talking about weakness with Nancy Guthrie and not being well, needing a certain medication, unable to get the medication. When you see this, the Mother of Swords in reverse, you have to say, like, something else is like not right, like not sitting well, like no logic, it didn't make sense to the family. When you see this too, the Father of Cups, there's like no like intuitive hearing, like unable to like communicate on all levels. It is like grandiose. So something that's odd with elderly also is like they get kind of distorted, and when they do that, they literally have to start doing lab work. When they did that, they find okay, maybe they got a UTI, maybe it's like odd symptoms. When I see this and I see this Eight of Swords in reverse, it's something of this matter where it's a little deceitful. When I see this, I see they're really happy with the way it is like productive on everything. But what else is here for Monday? When I'm seeing Wheel of Fortune, though, there's no luck. There's no luck. There's a little bit of an isolation around that situation, and it's a little bit greedy. You'll understand what greedy is when it actually gets presented forward. Now, when I see it for a Monday, let's look a little further for the Universal Collective. What do we need to know? Something about like a going on and ongoing. Highly dictative. Something's highly dictative. Something is like four Daughter of Wands. Foreknown. When you see this and you see this Six of Wands, there is a victory. There's something like young, like naive, something of young boy, teenager, 15 to 19 years old, comes forward right there in the middle of the United States, comes forward and has like, I'm seeing a coin, and they come in. It is about ill justice. There's something about like honorable, this Emperor card. And with this, it's kind of a remembrance beat. And when you see this, Ten of Cups. It's in like really unhappy family, really unhappy. When I see this, I see the Father of Wands. It is dishonorable. When I see this, I see the Eight of Wands. There's no communication. There's something about Arizona. There's something about Nebraska. There's something about Oklahoma. There's something about like huge separations. There's like 50 separations. When I see this, I see the Mother of Pentacles. It's like grandmother like. When I see the Four of Swords in reverse, unrest, eerie, very eerie, Lake Erie, Huron, fish, Mercury. right down like a river, right down to like Alamo, down to Texas, and it sits way in between from on. So when you see the Eight of Pentacles, it's really not much of a skill or like a working, but when you see this and you see the Daughter of Swords, it's so young that it's good. There's something of young individuals coming forward and saying, we can do it. We can do it. When I see this, I see the Mother of Cups. I go, I would be careful. And then when you see this, you go, there's something else to this. Six of Wands, kind of like moving everything over. Seven of Pentacles, forward on, like forward on. And when I see this, I see the Hanged Man. Long pause, long pause. So that's just Monday. There's something of unsecurement. Unsecurement. Alrighty. Let's go to the Oracle. Play an Oracle. What do we need to know for the week? I feel like this new situation with Savannah Guthrie, Nancy Guthrie is kind of setting the tone for the week. There's something about abatement. It has to do with your eyes. Or are known. Audio, games. Alright. Something about their diet also. Something about GI upset. Conservatorships. It's really coming in hard this week. Like, they're very wise. I'm seeing like fifth dimensional access in game. Like, they're really clever. They're really intelligent. They have a lot of intellect. They're very passionate when they get on a topic. This is like in the 70s and 80s. This is the age range. Something of like a universal language. Like they all understand it. Universal knowledge. Light language, universal knowledge. When you see Merope, it like is aligned with a star. Something of a calling upon. Open up doors. I want to say that this snow full moon yesterday, this portal, I need to dig deeper about that portal that opened up last night. This is odd and rare. Odd and rare. What do we need to know about this portal? Well, I have to say, there's something about, I can't even show it. It's like really disturbing. You see, all you need to know is like what you see and what you hear, and that's really rare for me to say. I'm not going to show that card. It has to do with old time lore. It's really odd and old. It is a phenomena, especially with constellations and moons and stars, astrological events, where all of a sudden, like you just can't even like do. So when you actually look at it and you go, I don't think that should be talked about because it's a little bit too forward. Let's go to the White Sage Tarot and try to saddle it. What do we need to know about the snow full moon portal that opened up? Loss, like something about loss. I'm seeing money more, like all of a sudden, like loss of money. Page of Wands, it was like quick and like sparked up. When you see this, Queen of Wands, not sitting well. Is there something about UTIs? When I see this, I see the Eight of Swords to the Page of Wands. You go, something is just not right. R-I-T-E. Something about plantar fasciitis. As far as business, there's solidarity to the point of actually sitting alone down, like when I see this, I see the Seven of Swords, down to the Queen of Swords, down to the World, down to the Empress. Like it makes sense, and they go forward on something, and then it looks really bad. And then it's like, no, it really is justice. When I see this, I see the Chariot, and I see like the Ten of Pentacles. There's something like going forward. When I see the Hangman, I go, like everything is like okay. There's something about the King of Swords in reverse. Something about bad contracts. It didn't like do supply. Social media site invites humans to observe. That's odd. Why would that actually go? Type of communication, type of like partnerships, type of like working together is coming through. Like it came in hard and fast, and he couldn't explain it. Could not explain it. When you see this Knight of Wands, it like slows right down. When you see this, you see the Judgment card, and you see the Five of Pentacles. You go, holy cow, holy cow. Ten of Wands. There's a type of burden coming in. All right. Really wants to focus on AI agents, something on that matter. You can't even make it up. Like, people actually, like, this week are like, oh my God. They finally came to, like, oh my God, it's right here. It's right here. And it really is disturbing on what's happening in the public. And they all of a sudden are like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? There is chaos. There is, like, all of a sudden people are coming in and they have a lot of, like, knowledge and skill. And, like, no, I've been through this before. Like, you're probably not going to be able to keep up with me. But when it comes to AI, there's something about slow and fast with AI. It's like a hotspot issue. There's something about like being honorable. You're like you weren't supposed to know. When you see this, you see the Page of Pentacles in reverse. There was nothing like on the table. It was like you weren't like supposed to know. It was supposed to be like a surprise. You see the Sun. You see the Queen of Wands. You see there was mastery, there was skill, they were really, really good. And then this comes in like not sitting well and secure, that they should. And it looks really greedy. What does this have to do for like the Universal Collective? I'm seeing the color pink, I'm seeing the color blue, and I'm seeing the orange and the gold. And I see the gold and I see the white, and it's like pursue through, pursue through. There is also breaking up of certain partnerships also. Here we go. There's something about severe solitude. There's something with this moon phase portal. it like does not want to talk about it anymore. Something well manifested. All right, when you see this, you go, there was a lack, like an alleviation, but a lack of money. There was something like people gained off it proper, where they're doing well. They needed that energy off that portal. It will cause turbulent enforce, like a strict, like hard move on. And when all of a sudden you go, you can't really understand the Eight of Wands in reverse, no communication, but they're highly intuitive, highly. It is more earth signs. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There's something about this. He goes something about fallout and fish. Own and like hole in a wall on Wednesday. Thursday. Like solid block, like med boxes. Friday, like all like crowd comes forward. That's like almost like why is this like it like escalated through top on cap of known. Can't see, there's something about wearing blue outfits to be known. There's something about this. It was like a new beginning. When you see this, you see the Chariot in reverse. When you see the Seven of Cups and the Two of Cups, to the Strength card in reverse, they're like weak, they were strong, but they're coming out bold again. When you see this, the Death card in reverse, there was like sharp endings. Couldn't understand it. Alright, let's try the runes. As far as like business and finance and politics, let's go. There's something with like politics of being alone. Something highly powerful coming in. Living, like a living trust. I feel like it is the Trump bank accounts. It is causing a bit of a havoc. There's something at night, like on a cutout. There's something of like high, like defense. High defense. When you see this, you see like the gift, like heritage. There's something about inheritance, like gathering through, writing on through, joy. Like got it done. They like politics got it done. When you see this, you go around a lake, and you go like something was like created. Something was created. And when you see this, you go, there's something about like at night, having at night, like a campsite. When you see like going, like you're just out and about, multiple sites. Heartache. There's something about heartache, heart attack, stent, instinct. You do. There's something that's like solid. This one is like went straight to the occult. Right to the occult. Like you're not supposed to know that. Not supposed to know that. Let's look. What did this full moon bring out? Because Jimmy Hoffa is coming out really strong. Steel workers, American workers, union workers are coming out really strong all of a sudden. Like, it's got to stop right now. Right now. What do we need to know this week? This one does not want to talk this week. It wants us to sit and watch. I believe I've had that question before. That when they are walking in line and someone walks into you, to a degree, not clear, but do you have a spray? Where army walking in line, someone stops walking, and everyone walks into each other. Not really, but it does happen. There's something about Native American coming through this week. There's something about Overwatch this week. There's something of old heritage, you would say a stag party, but it isn't a stag party. There is a hard getting together of everyone a bonfire. I'm seeing at night. When I see this, I go camel, gazelle. There's something about old, and they sit and they go, so what do you see? And then you see this, and you go, what do their everything at night? When I see this, you go to the crow, you go, eagle, starfish. There's something patriotic. Something is talked about already planned. Army in a line and then going on through. No, there's something about two. Something about two. There's something about when I see otter, I see fish in a juxtapose, which is odd because then oyster comes out. When you see dolphin comes out, there's something about ocean. When you see spider, you go, there's something to this, something old, it should have been done before. This energy that came in is a little agitating for this week. Something creative, something about grotesque humor. Something in a delay. Something of a buildup of known power. Something, there's a story, there's something with protests and the riots in the military of all lining up in a line. It's happened before. When you see this, you see hedgehog, and you see great expanse of known. I don't see it there yet. It boils right down. Boils right down. I don't see it hard. When you see belonging, there's something about it subconscious. Something conflict resolution, belonging. There is nothing about RITE. Nothing about RITE. Something guarded. Something guarded. There's a revelation about something. It's something big. It does come in on through of what needs to be known. It's very slow, but the biggest one is about politics. Something about filing and paperwork and binders. I feel it's more about Epstein, about the history of Epstein, because this card is about like ancient past. Something that we should have known. It's going to want the military to start lining up. Okay, so there's something growing. You got this garden, you got up in the air, and then when you look up, it just like pops right up. So when you see this, you see the muse, and you see fated meeting in reverse. It's not funny. It is ill fate, and then you have to sit and you have to look like, was that the best idea to do? It's in multiple states, multiple areas, like opposing views again of the ego. It's like right on track. When you see like the willow, it's not flown on through. It's definitely something brought in by car. There's something about hard spring when I see this, the opposite, polar opposites, down to polar soda. When I see this, it's like it's already a given. When you see this, you see intricacies in the industry. Something like built up around the city. Something old. Birth. Goes in. Not known. Not for. It's odd. This one's like a little harder to get out this week. There's a path unknown. Like you're not supposed to know how it plays or pans out. You're like on the right track, and you have to trust for your week that you're all set and that it's okay. Now, when you see this and you go, there's something else to it. Starseed Oracle. What else do we know? All right, we've done this before. When something is a little too extreme, when you see this, you see boundaries, let it go. It's not yours. You kind of have to let it go and then just like be slow. When you see this, see the light by staying grounded. This was big this week on TikTok when we did the live last night. It was you had to stay to your own self. You had to respect other people's boundaries. You had to take care of yourself well. You had to rest. You had to like embrace that there was nothing going on much this winter. Like strict universal precautions. When you see this, like all of a sudden it's right there. Spontaneous activation, whatever you've been looking for. There's like this type of conflict right in the middle, like a Tuesday within the next like few, and that's all I know, few months, few days, few hours, where it's really strong. Really, really strong. When I see this, I go, there was something to this. And when you see this, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Hard intuitive measures. So just like you can say, forge, don't follow, be the leader you wish you had. It's about making your own new path for the year. That's what it really wants to focus on. So Jelly Roll and Billie Eilish are talking about no one is illegal on stolen land. And that literally means like to a degree. To a degree. So usually when I say to a degree, that means there's already an investigation. Not necessarily a bad thing. All right, lastly, a couple of the wood runes. What do we need to know? There's something of a turn of a luck of fate. Comes in quick. Again, flipping. Like fate is flipping. It's supposed to do what? Like heritage, culture, and a state. When you see this, or something like born. I'm hearing like what actually happened. what actually happened. Hidden, 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 hidden. When you see this, you go, there's something right. Hidden, hidden game, hidden game. Odd. Not liking this. Wealth, hidden game, wealth. Odd, like chess, like moving about. I can't even get it out. It bothers me. Something at night. When I see this, I go, something of that matter. When you do strength, hidden gift, hidden gift. Can't do. Can't do. Power, strong. Like you wake up and you're like, it was really there. Like I can't believe it was really just right there, right now. So with that being said, sorry to scare everyone, but basically you kind of have to. There's like a lot of people actually have to sit and like take a break this week, more than what they thought. Here we go. What else do we need to know? Crystal quartz. All is like for knowing, and like number 4, knowing. And there's something about waiting up to 4 weeks to see what is due. Because when you look at it, you go, nope, nope, nope. You can't do it. Can't do it. Here we go. All right. No logic. Like you can't say, well, Queen of Cups, you can't even see. When you see this, you see the Ace of Wands, and that's it. I mean, that's all it really wants to talk about today. So with that being said, any questions or concerns, leave a like, a comment, a share. It's greatly appreciated, and we will talk to you soon.